Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain about the topic called Linux operating system. As you all know that Linux operating system is one of the most unique operating system and widely used operating system in the entire world. The reason why it is widely used is because of its security features over the other operating system, adaptability over other OSs, and coming to the most most interesting feature of the Linux is that Linux kernel. So for in this today's session, first we'll go through this differences between the Linux and Unix, and then we go back to the Linux kernel and what is the specialty about this kernel, and third thing, what is the uniqueness in this Linux security feature. So coming to this first topic, that is Linux. Linux is actually an open source software that is developed by a college student called Linus Torvalds in 1991. And coming to this Unix, Unix is also an operating system that was developed in the way back 1970s at the A&T Bell Laboratories. Uh, yeah. So if you observe the basic differences between this Linux and Unix, Linux is actually open source. That means we need not pay anything to use that. So this Linux kernel, whatever is developed by the Linus Torvalds, it was been released into the market, and a wide range of the developers and community people use this kernel and build the different distributions of the Linux. Say for example, Fedora or Red Hat or Ubuntu, so Debian even. So all these different distributions of the Linux use the same Linux kernel and they modify according to the work requirements. Coming to this Unix, Unix is a proprietary based operating system. That means we need to pay the amount before we use. And also this Unix operating system is widely used by the entrepreneurs for their business needs, and also a small portion of the people who use for the personal computer, who use for their personal computers. And one more difference between this Linux and Unix is like both have the portability features, and Linux is actually has a wide range of support and support community. Say for example, today there is a bug that was noticed actually. So within a less time, like this bug can be resolved by a wide variety of developers. Now coming to this Unix, even though it has a dedicated support, and suppose if a bug or threat is observed in this Unix operating based system, then it takes some time to resolve that particular threat or a bug, and before releasing it into that market. So coming to this Linux kernel, this Linux kernel is actually the heart of the Linux operating system, or you can call it brain of the operating system. The reason is that Linux kernel is built so well that it can easily manage the hardware resources and also the software programs. Coming to this hardware resources, like be it a CPU or how it manages the memory through the MMU, like memory management unit, and how it is able to divide the memory into the logical and physical memory, and how it addresses the virtual memory system, etc. So basically, this Linux kernel handles the inter-process communication and how the processes can be scheduled and how efficiently they can be managed without causing a burden on the memory. So this kernel feature is the most beautiful feature of this Linux operating system. So this kernel is actually a source code that was released freely into the market. And also this Linux operating system is also very secure. That means in our operating systems, say for example, if you consider Windows, say for example, I have one file and I can log into the system and I can go into the C drive or D drive or any drive and access that particular file without any restrictions. Now if I log into the Linux operating system, here the hierarchy will be different. In the first and foremost will be root, which is also known as a super user. So this root user lies at the top of the hierarchy. That means it has all the permissions and everything. As a root user, you can do everything in this particular operating system or the environment. Now coming to these sub parts, like whatever the subfolders are there, like it's like a hierarchical tree-based operating system. Here we have folders, here we have directories. Inside the directories, like we have files and so on. Like so here, what makes this Linux operating system the most secure is that the reason is that, say for example, in Linux we have a one file called abc.txt. So it is available under three categories. One is user, group, others. User, group, others. So now each user will have three permissions: read, write X, read, write X, read, write X. So for user we can grant three types of permissions, that is read permission, write permission and execute permission. And for also group also we can give read, write, execute. And for others also read, write, execute. Now this abc.txt will be in one of the directory, and inside the directory, like, we need to set the permissions, and by default this execute permission will not be available. The reason why this is the reason why the Linux systems cannot actually get this virus attacks kind of thing, because in case if that operating system has to be affected with the virus, then that particular virus has to get executed in this particular directory. So because this execute permissions are not enabled by default, this Linux folder, whatever this Linux directories of the Linux operating system have a this virus cannot be spread into the other directories. So say for example, now abc.txt is available in this particular location. So here that execute permission is not set up. So then it will be mostly confined into this particular region itself. And in certain instances, say for example, if we assume that execute permission is set in all the three users and three modes, then it goes to the next topmost hierarchy or next side by level hierarchy. So here again this permission execute will be disabled. So in this way, at each and every step, that execute permission will be disabled by default, which makes that virus replication inside the directories a very difficult process. So in this way, this Linux acts as a security feature to their operating system, and this is the reason why the Linux operating system is widely used in supercomputers, and be it for the secured military use or any other usage. Hope you find this session interesting. Thank you.